Welcome to the Luke and Connor podcast, episode 3, featuring Luke Charlier, that is me, and Connor Miller, my best
That is
buddy.
me.
Yep. Today we are talking about Blonde by Frank Ocean, one of the most coveted albums of all time, one of the most iconic albums of all time. Released in 2016, a day after he released Endless, because he used Endless to get off his record deal so he could release the real album independently, which is one of the biggest finesses of all time. But we're going to talk about it because it's an iconic album. People wanted to know our thoughts on it since we did like a quickie review on it. So I think it's fair that we talk about it fully. So we're just going to go track by track, just talking about everything, talking about the themes, talking about what we like, what we don't like, and then you can follow along on our page because we did a quickie review on it, and I think we will reveal our scores at the end. Okay, let's just start with Nike's, the first track. I'll let you start.
This song starts off with the pitched up vocals. It's pretty good. I think this song's like number one on your list, but it's number
Yeah.
six on mine. It like the climax of the song towards the end of it is pretty good, but I kind of wish the beat built up more because it
I
kind of
just
just
like
happens.
I was kind of sleeping on this song for a while and then I listened to it. I think I was walking home from work and it was like 11 o'clock at night and it was dark and it just came on and I was like, wow, this is so good. It's just such an atmospheric track and it sets the tone perfectly for the rest of the album. It's kind of like accordion in a way for me, just how it just like sets the tone. It's not, I think I don't know. It's just such a atmospheric track, and it fits the concept so well, and it's very poetic, and it has a lot of good punchlines too, like "You need a ring like Carmelo" and just stuff like that. It's just really memorable to me, and I just love the production on it. It's so spacey, and it just never gets old. I could listen to it forever, and it's the best way to start this album.
Yeah, I agree. It's like a good way to start the album. It was kind of the opposite way for me though. I like this is one of the songs I liked the first time I listened to it, and it's kind of grown off of me the more I listen to this album.
I think when I just first listened to it, I was just kind of a noob, and I was like, why is his voice so pitched up? This is just not right." And since then, I like it a lot. It's probably my favorite part of the song, and the hook just gets stuck in my head all the time.
Yeah, it has a good hook.
Okay, the next song is Ivy. Okay, I'll start this time. Ivy is kind of the sequel to Thinking About You, which was kind of his most popular song off of Channel Orange, and it's about him reflecting over a past relationship. Frank has probably one of his better vocal performances on the entire album, just very like passionate and just great, and it's just classic Frank that you get to love. The production is very minimal, but it works super well. The like reverb guitar sounds super great, and it fits just right with Frank's voice. And I think it like fits the theme of the album when it comes sonically wise. Like you know how sometimes songs just like stick out. This does
Yeah,
definitely not stick out.
like your number two song, Luke.
Dude, we'll talk about
We'll
it
get
later.
into that later, yeah. But yeah, the beat is really good. It's just a simple guitar beat, and then there's like the constant strumming in the background, and it's just like all reverbed out and spacey, and it's very vibey, and it's a great listen. And like Luke said, he has like really good singing on this song.
Yeah, it's definitely a song I would listen to if I did experience a breakup because it seems very sad and very well thought out for what that would feel like, but I won't have to listen to it anytime soon, you feel me?
Yeah.
Okay, next song, Pink Plus White. I'll let you start this time.
This song feels like I'm like just sitting on a cloud looking over a village of a bunch of children playing basketball. It's great. It had like the beat is all real instruments and it gives it a nice natural sound and it's just like nice and wavy and I don't know, I can really just vibe to the song.
Yeah, if I ever would go to California, I will definitely listen to the song on a beach. It just sounds like a beach to me. It's produced by Pharrell. That's all I really gotta say about the production. Pharrell's a great producer, and
Yeah.
he's he's a hit maker. Everybody knows that. I like how like happy sounding the instrumental sounds, but Frank lyrically and like vocally sounds kind of sad. I think it's a great contrast that kind of makes what makes this album great. And it's about him reminiscing over his past and a friend who since passed away.
We
And
forgot
this,
something.
what?
Where did you rank Ivy?
Oh, I don't even remember. Let me pull it up.
It was at number 3 for me.
Okay, sorry. I don't even have the list up. I ranked it number four, so basically
Oh,
the same.
I put Pink and White at number 4.
I put Pink and White at nine. What I was gonna say is this song grows on and off of me all the time. Like one day I'll think this is the best song ever, and then 2 days later I'm like, this is so overrated. It's just one of those songs that it's kind of inconsistent on. It just depends on how I feel. So that's a pro or a con. You could just say I'm being a pussy, but whatever.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the songs on that album are like this. Like if I rank this in like 4 or 5 months, I think my rankings would be like way different.
Yeah, Sam.
But
Okay, the next track is just a little transition track into solo, and it's pretty funny. It's like his mom, right? Is it his mom?
I think so. It sounds like his mom.
Yeah, just basically telling him how bad drugs are and how bad, like, that's just like the life that's not good for him, and he's being a good boy by not doing that stuff, and it's dumb to do that. And then the first words of the next song is off those tabs of acid, which is pretty
Actually,
funny.
it's the second line of the next song,
Oh
but
yeah,
we'll give you a pass.
yeah. So he's definitely not listening to his mother,
Yeah.
which can be
He's a bad kid.
interpretable. Yeah, he's a really bad kid.
Mischievous.
I'll start this time. This is probably one of my favorite produced songs on the entire album. It's so like ambient, empty sounding, and it just works so well with Frank's voice. Like it sounds like I'm just like in an empty room with him, and he's just in the center of the room, and I just like walked into the room, and he's like at some art museum just singing. And the song is kind of a double entendre because he's talking about how he's solo because he's like actually solo, and then he's so low because like he's so sad. It's pretty baseline.
Oh,
You never understood that,
no.
bro? You're gonna be shocked when you read the lyrics of Solo Reprise, bro. That song's so
Yeah, I've
crazy.
never read the lyrics of that song, to be honest. I've never liked it.
Man,
But
you're really missing out. Okay, I'll let you
but
talk about it
the
now.
regular solo, you said it sounds like an empty room. It sounds like an empty church with
Yeah,
like the organ beat, but it's also like all slowed and distorted and stuff, and it makes his vocals just ride really smoothly over it.
yeah, I definitely agree.
I gave this song I didn't give it anything. I ranked it at number 8.
You did solo and solo. You forgot to put reprise on solo
Yeah,
reprise.
I
I put
know.
it at six. Definitely one of my favorites on the album. Next one is Skyline 2. I'll let you start.
Uh the vocals don't sound unique at all on this song. It kind of like I don't know, it just seems like too minimalist. I know like a lot of the beats on this album are pretty minimal, but this one
Yeah, I
there
completely
just should
agree.
be more going on. Like towards the end it gets kind of wavy, but the beat stays really consistent throughout the whole time.
That's like exactly what I wrote. I said one of the more boring tracks on the album. Frank does good vocally, but like he doesn't like stand out from the rest of the songs because he does good vocally on literally every song and just some of the most like unique and cool vocal performances with really cool like voice effects added onto them. This just doesn't stand out at all.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
2 minutes in, the outro or whatever is pretty cool. It's good lyrically, but it's shallow from what I can tell compared to the rest of the songs at least. I just think this is one of the least interesting tracks on the album. The more I like look into this, the more I realize I should have probably put this lower on my ranking because I put it at 10.
Dude, I
I
put it at 10 too.
yeah, I think it might be 13 or 14. But maybe I'm just sleeping on it. Maybe this will grow on me someday. I think it might just because the outro, like 2 minutes in, like I said earlier, is pretty good. I just like that the like little weird sound it has going on.
At the end of it, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, it gets like all wavy and like crazy. but it's actually not crazy at all. It's boring, but Self Control. I put this one at number one.
I put it at 3. Okay, you talk about it first.
Um, there's not much to say. It's kind of a short song, but I really
Is it?
like it. I think so.
I feel like it's not even short. Yeah, it's 40 minutes. It's not that short.
Oh, well, dude, there's no way it's four
I
minutes.
know, that's how good this song is. It
What?
literally goes by so fast.
Yeah, when I was ranking it, I like kept missing it. And I was like, it's just so good. And then I was like, not paying attention to it. But, oh shoot, I just lost it. Okay. Yeah, the vocals fit the beat so well on this. And there's a transition, or not really beat transition, but like it kind of just like changes a little bit.
Yeah.
And there's that vocal feature, and it's really good. It's definitely my favorite track.
Yeah, this might be 2 now since the time I made that. There's just something so magical about the song. It's easily one of the best on the entire album. The song is like about basically just Frank complaining about his immature partner, but it's a lot more than that. It's more deep than that it's very poetic like every song on this is. And the vocal performance like you said is really good and the production is just so like electric and psychedelic feeling. It's just mind-numbing.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's actually Young Lean singing the hook the second time. People say it is, and it says it on Genius, but I'm pretty sure it's not because people are like, well, he's not in the credits on the vinyl, so it can't be him, but I have
I was
no
just gonna
idea.
say that.
But if it is, Young Lean needs to pull out that voice more because, geez, that is such a beautiful hook. It just gets stuck in my head. And the outro, such a legendary moment, and that always gets stuck in my head too. Like literally, like 5 different parts of the song get stuck in my head. That just proves how crazy it is, and the production is amazing. This is
Yeah.
definitely one of Frank Ocean's more dynamic and electric feeling tracks.
Yeah. This song, it could be like an outro. It kind of just has that vibe.
Yeah, I agree. Next one is Good Guy. I honestly don't have much to say about this. It's just a short little track. There's nothing bad about it, but it doesn't really stand out. It's just basically a transition track.
Yeah, literally what I wrote was not much substance here.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some people that are like, this is the best song in the album, but I mean, I'm not to that point yet. I just think it's an interlude at this point.
Do people actually say that?
I feel like some people would at least say it's like top 5 or something, but if you actually think that, please explain why in the description. I mean, in
Yeah.
the comments. That way I can understand what I'm missing out on.
And we can debate you.
Yeah, next song is Nights, probably the
Wait,
most
where'd you rank it?
good guy.
Yeah,
I put it at 13 for some reason. I don't even know why.
I put it at 11.
Nights is probably the most like iconic song off this album. Everybody always talks about it, and it's
Yeah.
basically about Frank detailing the highs and lows of his relationship while he was dating this person. The production on this album is really great, but I gotta say something. Yeah, the beat switch is cool, but it is so overrated. If I see one more meme about this beat switch, I'm just gonna delete my account. It's like I don't get why people think it's the best thing ever. It's really basic and it's not even like that climactic of a beat switch at all. It's just a normal beat switch. And the second beat is not even close to as good as the first beat. So like that's another thing. Like I feel like a good beat switch usually is the second beat is way better than the first beat and it's just like this awesome moment. But
Like
it's like
sicko
half
mode.
yeah, it's like half as good as the first beat. So you can get mad in the comments, but it is definitely not like the best moment on this album. I just see people like going into 2021 with the Nights beat switch. I'm like, there's like 500 different beat switches that are better than this. But that being said, this is still a great song. Like I said, the first beat is really good. It's really hard to outdo that first beat because the first beat's really good. And like I said, the song's pretty good lyrically wise, and it's a good song. Like, there's a reason that it's probably his most popular, but I just get annoyed by the constant beat switch memes.
Yeah,
Okay, you can talk now.
I think a lot of like this Frank Ocean songs can get overrated like that. Like I was reading the Rate Your Music reviews,
Yeah, people just
and people like just overrate it so much. and then it also causes other people to hate on it even more because it's like
Yeah,
when they don't think it's as good. So it kind of
that's just
creates a
kind of what a cult
toxic
status
community.
does.
But yeah, but it is one of the most iconic Frank songs, and yeah, I like the way the second beat fades out though at the end of the song.
Yeah, the outro is good. I like how he brings back the hook from the first beat onto the second beat. I think that's a
Yeah.
cool part. I put this at 5, even though I just hated on it, but it's a great song, nonetheless.
Yeah. I put it at 2. I like it a little more than Luke, but it
You put it at
is.
3.
Oh, well, I switched my ranking a little bit
Oh, okay. I'm just
because
looking at our post.
there was like one. I forget which song it was, but I didn't agree with the ranking, so I like switched it a little bit.
Oh,
But honestly, I should have switched it around more, but it's
yeah,
okay.
same. I didn't even switch it up at all since the last pass. Okay, next song is Solo Reprise. This is our biggest disagreement. Connor has it at last, and I have it at 2. So
Yeah.
one of us is obviously miseducated here, and it's Connor.
Yeah,
This
Luke
is
is
just
not very educated. The second beat after it switches, it just ruins it.
there's like the thing is, I don't even care about the beat. This is just straight up one of the best rap verses of all time by Andre 3000. Lyrically, it's just a better version of Solo. He plays on that idea of him being solo or solo so well, and like it's just such a there's just intricate rhyme schemes. It's just like classic Andre 3000, and I get why people say he's the GOAT just from this verse. This is just one of the best rap verses I've ever heard, and I could listen to this all day. It's just Andre 3000 flexing how good he is at rapping, and it's lyrically deep, and it's just amazing. But
Yeah.
I get why people wouldn't like it that much because the instrumental isn't that good. It's just basically like a piano, right? So,
Yeah, I think this song shows like how much more Luke values the lyrics, where I value the production a lot more. Because this song it just doesn't
I
really
mean, I
fit
don't
like the
even
vibe of
really
the album.
value the lyrics that much over the production. It's just I
You
like
literally
on
just talked about how the lyrics are
well, it's
a
just
good
like it's
part.
not even that. It's just like how Andre is rapping is just so captivating to me. It's like his delivery too. When I'm saying this
Yeah,
is one of the best rap verses, I'm not just talking from like a lyrical standpoint. Andre just like steals the show. He like steals the show of the entire album in this 1 minute span. And a lot of people I think could agree with me on that, but also people will hate on me for that. But it's just one of the more like dynamic performances he's ever had. I always got mad when people called Andre the GOAT, and then I heard this song and I'm like, okay, I can kind of see why. But it's a great performance, and I think Andre and Frank should collab more because whenever they collab, it's good. Even though Frank's not really on the song, but Pink Matter is great. So
yeah. I was just gonna say Pink Matter is such a good song. I wish they like did an actual song instead
yeah,
of
I wish
just.
Frank like had a hook or something. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I could see the song being like if Andre just kind of like snapped at the end of the song, but the start of it was like a normal song where Frank was actually on it. I think
hmm
I'd like it a lot more, and then Andre just like ended it
Yeah,
with his great lyrics and delivery.
imagine if they somehow combined solo and solo reprise into one song, so it actually like sounds cohesive.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
See, that would be the number one song easily for me, but they didn't do that. But whatever, it's okay. Okay,
Yeah.
next song is Pretty Sweet, and I'll let you talk about that first since I just went on a giant rant.
I would put this song at number 14. It has a good intro, but the singing gets kind of repetitive. And I know a lot of people probably won't agree with that, but yeah, it could have been like a great outro too, but the beat just kind of like cuts off and it just sounds like weird and kind of unfinished.
Yeah, I agree. I said this is like one of the more odd tracks on the album. I really like the choir on it because I'm kind of a sucker for like children's choirs for some reason. Guess I'm a
I'm a sucker
pedophile
for
or something.
children.
But it's I just like the choir on it, but other than that, there's really nothing that stands out for me. I should probably look more into other aspects, but if you like the song a lot, please tell me why, because I guess I'm kind of sleeping on it right now, because I put it at 14 too.
Yeah. We don't think it's pretty sweet, but if you do, tell us why.
It's moderately sweet.
Yeah,
Next
kind of
song
sour.
is Facebook Story, which Connor hates because wait, you
It's
just talk
so
about it.
it's so dumb. Like I don't know. It just seems like it's trying to be like so deep and like, oh, I don't want to like have to talk to you on social media because I'm in front of you in real life. But it's like you just add her. It's not a it's not that big of a deal. You don't have to make a whole song about it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
I get why you wouldn't like this, but I just think it's funny because it's some weird like European dude being like, I don't want to add you on Facebook, hon, or whatever he says. It's just funny to me. I don't think it's trying to be deep. I think it's just how people are just kind of petty. Like they'll break up over stupid things, and people are stubborn. So like
Yeah.
they're both stubborn because one isn't gonna let go of the fact that he's not gonna add him on Facebook, and one's not gonna let go the fact that they don't want to add him on Facebook. So I guess there might be some like amazingly deep meaning to the song, but I just think it's a
There
funny little
isn't. That's
story.
why I don't
Yeah,
like it cuz
I
it's
I think it's just a funny little story.
yeah, I would probably think that if it wasn't on this album
Yeah.
cuz it's I don't know. This just seems like a more serious album. And it just is it just I just don't like it, bro.
Okay, next song is Close to You, and this sounds like Frank Ocean trying to be JPEG Mafia to me. I like the drums, how it kind of sounds like a clicking sound. That's kind of why it reminds me of JPEG Mafia is because of the drums. But Frank's
Mhm.
vocals don't really mesh with the production at all for me, and it just kind of sounds messy and unfinished to me. But I think the song might grow on me in the future if I give it a couple more listens, because maybe I'm just listening to the wrong things. But like I said, I just think it's a bad J. It just sounds like a JPEG Mafia knockoff song. I know that JPEG Mafia wasn't really a thing back in. I mean, he had songs in 2016, but he wasn't like that big of a deal in 2016. But that's just what it sounds like to me.
Would you put this song at?
What you didn't even say anything about it.
Well, I'm gonna say that next.
Just talk about it now.
Luke, where did you put this song?
I put it at 15.
Okay, White for Art. Just kidding. This song is it's just not very memorable, and it kind of has a good beat, but it just doesn't go anywhere, and it's too short. It's another one of those songs that feels kind of unfinished, even though he took like 4 years to make this album.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
I put it at number 9.
Next song is White Ferrari. And this is kind of the pinnacle of the album when it comes to like songwriting about a breakup. If I ever experienced a breakup, I would go straight to the song because it's just such an empty and barren sounding song, but yet has like this weird sense of hope and reminiscence to it. I think the reverb on Frank's voice is just it's what makes the song for me. The song isn't super ambitious, but the production just remains super atmospheric and just relying on its strengths more than anything. It doesn't need to be ambitious. That's what makes it great.
Yeah, I think this album is or not album. This song is like a good example of how this album could have turned out, but it's just yeah, if more songs were like it, I would like this album more and it could probably be a 10,
Hmm.
but it's not. He has a really good vocal performance though, and the beat just isn't overpowering, and it's one of the best like minimalistic beats that Frank is on. And do you know what I'm talking about in the part that sounds like Young Thug?
Yeah.
In like 240, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, at 2 minutes and 40 seconds, it sounds like Young Thug, like
He when he
yelling.
uses auto like he sounds like a lot. There's like what song is it? I think it's I can't remember it. I think it's either Siege Freed or whatever it's called. I think it's that or it's Skyline 2, where he sounds exactly like Kendrick Lamar to the point where people thought it was Kendrick Lamar. And they like not until the vinyl came out when there was like the actual songwriters that they had to prove that it wasn't Kendrick Lamar because it
I've
sounded that close to Kendrick Lamar.
I've literally never thought that, but I'll have to re-listen.
Well, speaking of Siegfried, is that how you say it? I don't speak that language,
I
but
don't know.
whatever.
I thought it was like Siegfried or something. I don't know, bro.
I
Siegfried.
I get the hype behind the song. It's great songwriting, and Frank does what he does best, but it's never hooked me that much. It's probably just because there's nothing that makes the song stand out to me. But like every other song has better production and better vocal performances to me, so I just usually kind of gloss over this song. This song might grow on me in the future. I know I've said that about like 6 tracks, but there's just like I think one of the problems about this song is the highs are so high that it makes the like normal songs just feel so like inconsequential, like they just don't feel impactful at all to me. That's
Yeah,
why I wish the song was like this album was just cut down, I guess. But maybe I just need to keep listening to it, but I don't know. I still think it's a good song. It's just I think it could be improved on, I guess, if I just took elements from the other songs that made them, like the other elements from the songs that I like better. If it took
yeah,
those elements and put it in this song, I think it would be much better.
yeah. I agree. It's pretty atmospheric, but it's just one of the more mid songs on the album. I ranked it at number 13.
I put it at 12. Next song is Godspeed. I'll let you talk about it.
Uh, this is one of my favorite lyrical performances on the album. Like by Frank, not including Andre, but
Not
uh,
including Young Lean's 3 words on this song.
yeah. But the beat is a good example of how good Frank can be on the like a really minimal production. And there's not much I have to say about this song. I feel like it could grow on me more. I put it at number 7.
It's grown on me a lot since my last ranking. I put it at 7 too, but I'll talk about it right now. I love this song. It's such a like compared to the rest of the album, it's such a blissful sounding song, and I just love like the church organs on it and like the religious like themes on it, I guess. It's just such a great atmosphere and it continues this album's great atmosphere. That's the best thing about this album is the atmosphere it creates. Frank delivers another great vocal performance, and I love the outro on this. This is just one of the most like numbing songs on the album. Like it just sucks you in, and then the song's over. It's like Self Control is also like that, where it just you turn it on, and then 2 seconds later it's over because it just sucks you in and it numbs you. It's such a good song. Also, Young Lean is on this song for like 3 words. He says like, what does he say? Like ball so hard, don't flex. Let me look it up.
Is he actually on the song?
Yeah, he is. He literally
Oh,
just says like 3 words, and it's like at the beginning. He says, "Ball so hard, all my boys flex." So that's why this album's a 10 out of 10. Young Lean's on it. Best album ever created. Young Lean. Swedish Boy, Stockholm. Next song
did
is
we already say what we ranked it?
we both gave it at 7, but if I had to remake the list, I'd probably put it higher. Finally, the last song of the album is Futura Free. I think that's how you say it. Might be wrong. I think this is a very fitting outro to the album, just like how Nike's is a very fitting intro to this album. It's basically him just like kind of bragging to his mom, and then it gets like it like goes into silence and has like a talking interlude, and it wraps up the album perfectly. It's not the most ambitious or memorable track, but it's a good outro, I think. Do you have anything else to say?
Um, no, I ranked it at number 12, but like you said, it's a good ending. I don't like how at the end of it he reuses the same beat from I think it's the Facebook one,
Oh yeah.
but it just kind of like makes you think of that awful song. And yeah, I don't really like that part, but everything else about it is a great ending.
I think I put it at 11. You put it at 12.
Yeah.
So that's about it. We talked about Blonde today. Connor got raided by his little brother halfway through. Pretty awesome. Give a like and comment if you like this. Tell us what you disagree about. And that basically wraps it up. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week if we make one next week. Comment what we should do next week
Not if,
because
when.
when.
Yes.
Um comment what we should do because we're already low-key running out of ideas for this podcast.
Yeah.
But whatever, we'll
Let
figure
us
it out.
know if it's good just talking about one album, or if you guys like
Yeah,
the
the whole
multiple
thing.
albums, like the
I think
last
we're
two
getting better
episodes.
at the podcast. I feel like we were more like charismatic today than
Yeah,
before.
you're cutting out. Luke's microphone broke, but he's going back to school on Tuesday, so there's probably will be less content because he can't make posts while he's at school. But I'll still grind for y'all, and there will be an episode next week. So make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and bye.